Hello, and welcome to Stock Market Fever. Today is Thursday, June 16th, 2022, and in this special report, we will analyze and evaluate the rise and fall of Bitcoin. And you'll definitely want to stay tuned to the end as we give our own opinion about Bitcoin moving forward. We have all heard incredible stories of people from all walks of life becoming instant Bitcoin millionaires when the Bitcoin frenzy began. But we've also heard stories of people losing great sums of money. So what gives? To begin with, let's see if we can understand what exactly is Bitcoin. If you were to look it up in Wikipedia, you'd see a definition that Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency that can be transferred on the peer-to-peer Bitcoin network. Okay, I think I understand. This means that it is not issued by any government and that people can trade it. But this doesn't yet answer the question as to why it should have any value. Well, let's continue to work our way through Wikipedia and see if we can figure this out. Wikipedia continues, Bitcoin transactions are verified by network nodes through cryptography and recorded in a public distributed ledger called a blockchain. Okay, I think I get it. This means that nobody can just turn on a printer and print additional Bitcoin, as it is secured through cryptography and a publicly available ledger. This means you can't cheat the system and just make your own Bitcoin out of thin air. I get it. It seems like a good feature that would give me confidence in the integrity of the Bitcoin. It feels good knowing that nobody can just print up Bitcoin out of thin air. But why again should it have any value? Maybe if I keep reading what Wikipedia article, it will become clear to me. Wikipedia continues, Bitcoins are created as a reward for a process known as mining. They can be exchanged for other currencies, products, and services. Oh, I get it now. Bitcoins actually do represent something of value. They are created as rewards for mining. Mining what? Is it mining gold or silver or uranium? Nope. Actually, as it turns out, according to Bankrate.com, Bitcoins are created by solving extremely complicated math problems that verify transactions in the currency. What? Bitcoins are created by solving math problems that verify Bitcoin transactions? What the fudge? Does this sound like circular reasoning to you? Does this sound like a magician doing a card trick, or some hucksters playing a hide-the-ball shell game in Times Square, sucking in unsuspecting tourists? So far, I haven't seen any answer as to why Bitcoins have value. Maybe if I keep digging deeper, I can do some mining for the answer? And will I be rewarded for my efforts? Rewarded by whom? And with what? Bitcoin? Okay, so I'm going to go direct to the source of all wisdom and knowledge about everything. Yes, that's right, I'm going to ask Google. Okay, Google, why does Bitcoin have value? Oh look, I see over 134 million results. Wow, surely with all those results, Bitcoin must have value, right? Well, let's just see some of these results. Okay, here's one at the top. Google responds to the question, why does Bitcoin have value, by highlighting an article from time.com that reads, limited supply. Bitcoin's maximum supply is 21 million. There will never be any more than 21 million Bitcoin. To many experts, this limited supply, or scarcity, is a big contributor to Bitcoin's value. Cannot be copied. Because Bitcoin operates on a blockchain ledger, no one can counterfeit a Bitcoin. Oh, I get it. Bitcoin has value because it has a limited supply. No, what the fudge? Am I missing something here? Does this mean that anything with a limited supply must have value? So if I create 10 finger paintings and imprint my thumbprint on each one and promise not to make any more finger paintings like those, my finger paintings should have value? I don't think so. Okay, so let's continue to look at Google for an answer. Google's next result as to why Bitcoin has value comes from Investopedia. And as we look through Investopedia, we see at last a clear history of currencies and how they went from physical commodities like gold to paper backed by gold to later just paper issued by governments. Okay, that's interesting, but it doesn't answer the question. Why does Bitcoin, or any cryptocurrency for that matter, have value? Well, if we dig down a bit into Investopedia, we finally get an answer. Because Bitcoins are virtual, only existing within computer networks, some people have a hard time grasping that Bitcoins are scarce and that they have a cost of production. Because of this unwillingness to accept that digital traces can hold value in this way, they remain convinced that Bitcoins are worthless. Others who understand the Bitcoin system agree it is valuable. Wow! Did you get that? Investopedia says that Bitcoin has value because it is scarce. Like my finger paintings, I suppose, not to make any more. And because they have a cost of production. Hey, my finger paintings cost me time, energy, and effort, so my finger paintings should have value. Oh, wait, I see. I must make my finger paintings digital and make them uncopyable through a cryptology system for them to have value. Well, that shouldn't be so difficult. So then my digitalized and encrypted finger paintings will have value. Maybe, but then again, maybe not. According to Investopedia, some people remain unconvinced that digital traces can hold value. Foolish skeptics, don't they realize how scarce the digital traces of my finger paintings are? Don't they realize that the time to buy them is before anyone else sees how valuable they are? Actually, maybe the skeptics aren't so foolish after all. Maybe it's the people who will pay enormous sums of money for my encrypted digital finger paintings who are the fools. But not according to Investopedia. They seem to mock the doubters of Bitcoin or any similar cryptocurrency when they declare, "Others who understand the Bitcoin system agree it is valuable." Oh, okay, there you are. If you understand the Bitcoin system, you too would agree it is valuable. But not so fast. I understand the Bitcoin system, and I do not agree that Bitcoin has any value. Warren Buffett, for one, told CNBC of his belief that Bitcoin has no value. They don't reproduce, they can't mail you a check, they can't do anything. And what you hope is that somebody else comes along and pays you more money for them later on, but then that person's got the problem. And that is what seems to have happened since last October, when frenzied buyers, hoping that even more frenzied buyers would rise the price of Bitcoin, drove the price up to an incredible $61,300. Whoever bought it at that price must be, according to Buffett, the person who's got the problem. Because as of this moment, Bitcoin has plunged to about 22,000. But Bitcoin presents not just a value problem, but a moral problem, one that adversely affects much of society. One might ask why anyone would buy Bitcoin at all, other than the fact that it's a way to hide money from the government. And who would want to hide money from the government? People who are cheating on their taxes, hiding money from legal obligations, and criminals and terrorists who want to launder their money. That's who. Alluding to this, Warren Buffett's partner in Berkshire Hathaway, Charlie Munger, answered questions at an investors' meeting about his disdain for Bitcoin. Quote, "I don't welcome a currency that's so useful to kidnappers and extortionists. The whole damn development is disgusting and contrary to the interests of civilization." So after all this pontification, you may be wondering, where does stock market fever stand with regards to Bitcoin? Do we rate it a buy, sell, or hold? We'll be glad to tell you in a moment, but if you like this video and would like to see more like this, please click the like button and subscribe to receive future stock market news, analysis, and alerts right here at Stock Market Fever. Thank you very much. Okay, back to our forecast. While we do not offer investment advice, we gladly offer our opinion. And in our opinion, Bitcoin is a big no-go. We understand, and hopefully you do too now, how Bitcoin works. And the more we understand, the more we say no. Bitcoin has no intrinsic value other than what people believe it is worth. This very much already has all the earmarks of the great Holland tulip mania in the 1600s, when people insanely bid up the price of tulips way above any possible value in the tulips themselves, and then the whole thing came crashing down to nothing as people realized just how worthless their tulips were. Yes, it is possible that Bitcoin mania will return and bring the price back up to the stratospheres where it has already been. But investing in something that has no intrinsic value in the hopes that future suckers would drive the price even higher is just reckless speculation and not worth the risk. This is what we believe, but what do you think? Where do you think Bitcoin is heading in the short run and long run? Would you recommend buying, selling, or holding? And why? Please leave your thoughts and comments below, as we'd love to hear from you. And please be sure to like and subscribe to Stock Market Fever for future actionable stock market news, analysis, and alerts.